Okay, so quickly get into that part of the year where big game announcements start happening. You've got the big events happening, like Summer Games Fest. A lot of studios do showcases and stuff around that time, and people are now starting to talk about, will we see a Resident Evil announcement from Capcom within the next couple of months? And so what I want to do today is kind of go over what we do know, at least what we think we know, and kind of discuss the current rumours going around for the supposedly upcoming announcement of Resident Evil 9. So without any further ado, let's just get to what the information is and kind of discuss it from there. Okay, so going off of past events and trends and stuff, so especially for the past two games, you've got Resident Evil 4 Remake and Resident Evil Village. They've been announced at a PlayStation Showcase event in kind of the spring summertime, so June to August period, and they would release in the early section of the following year. So I believe Village came out in the May and 4 came out in the March. Now currently, with rumours and quote-unquote leaks suggesting reveal information and release dates for RE9, we have a supposed reveal of June, which does line up with current events and stuff. I think PlayStation tend to do their event quite early in the announcement period. Could change, but June is currently the idea, and then with a release date of late 2025. So that's probably going to be more in the September to December kind of range. And I think that makes sense based on kind of rumours we have about the game at the moment. From what we know, from what's been said online multiple times, is that RE9 has been in development for a long time. I think even before 7. And it's a very expensive game. It's a big game. It's a big budget RE game. So yeah, I think the bigger gap from reveal to release compared to the last two does make a bit more sense in that regard. And there's concerns with that wording, with the whole big game and big budget game. And I'll kind of have a video coming out about that in a few days, so keep an eye out. But yeah, I think the big gap from reveal to release does make sense if that is the idea behind the scope of Resident Evil 9. So speaking more about the development of RE9 at the moment, recently, well not recently, but within the past year, there's been an announcement of a new engine that Capcom have for their game sound called the Rex engine, which immediately started rumours again of Dino Cross coming back as the name of the engine. But it's an improved version of the RE engine, which by the way, I've seen people say this ever since it was known that was an engine. It is not the Resident Evil engine. That's not what RE means. It's called the Reach engine. So it just annoys me that people say that. But yeah, they're making a new engine. It's an improved version of that, and I do think the RE engine at the moment is probably one of the better engines. It makes the games play really well in it. It looks good, and it's definitely something they should definitely keep making games on. So having an improved version of it is definitely a good thing, and maybe we'll see RE9 be one of the first few games that really kind of uses that engine to its max potential. But yeah, that part's not a guarantee. It might still be running on the RE engine. We don't know, but it would be not a surprise if RE9 is running on a new engine, because they have new software available to them now, so they may as well use it, right? So to kind of sum up on the release and game info, again, a rumoured reveal for June, with the release following in the late period of 2025, and then the game is supposed to be a big budget game, a very expensive game, and it's been in development for a long time. And it may use a new engine that Capcom have made. So that's all the information about kind of the game itself, and what we probably do know is likely to be the case. The reveal and the release date information is something that's come from very credible kind of people who've kind of said this stuff in the past, and it's been true. But again, as always, until it actually happens, take it with a bit of salt. But again, with the past two games being revealed in that kind of window of June to August, it wouldn't surprise me if it happens again. So there's that. So now we'll kind of take a detour and talk about current rumours for the game itself and what leaks and stuff have been around for the game. So ideally, for me, I would like it to be a continuation of the storyline that they presented at the end of Village, with the BSA using bioweapons and them being this really corrupt company and Chris being really pissed about it. I think that'd be really good for the storyline, because it's so important for again, everybody that we've kind of met throughout the whole series. They're all involved in that in some way, so it'd be really cool to kind of have that be the main plot point for the game. On top of the BSA, please bring back the Blue Umbrella and just kind of show them again and maybe go in more depth about them, because it's interesting that they've kind of been mentioned and then kind of left like behind after like one game, so that's kind of annoying. And the same with the connections as well, like again, barely mentioned, and I would like to see that kind of come to the front as well. So hopefully those 3 plot points are like the key areas for the next game. Returning characters, there's leaks, rumours, and obviously people who have their ideas. I, for one, with the BSA being such an important part of the story for 9, hopefully, I wouldn't put it past them to bring back like core members of the BSA. So I'm talking about like the original stars, so Chris obviously, Jill, Barry, Rebecca, all the original characters should come back because they're all involved in that in some way or another. So I don't know if they'll bring back Leon or Claire or whatever, it's not really involved with the BSA as much as others, but having more original characters back instead of Chris would be a good thing. Other leaks, kind of small things now, suggest that it's still set in Europe, which makes sense because they are heading to the BSA Europe HQ at the end of the game, end of village. But the other things are like it's set in a small town, like a rural town, and there's Wendigos and stuff you gotta fight, which again, I kind of went over Wendigos before. It's more of a supernatural thing. They can be done in a way where they're more like of a virus and stuff. Plenty of movies have done it before. But if you really look into like the main backstory of a Wendigo, it's very supernatural and kind of like folklore and stuff like that. So I don't know if that's necessarily the right move. In terms of what people want, I think a lot of people do want the return of like zombies, like proper zombies. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I do have a video coming out soon about probably a theory going around of a very like interesting plot point for 9 that could be a thing. So stay tuned for that, because it's interesting, because in a way it does slightly suggest that there's like zombie type creatures coming, and I know we've kind of had that before, like with the molded and stuff like that, but it seems to be more kind of specifically as zombies, but we'll see. It's an interesting thing, but that's pretty much everything we have for now. Again, it's very rumours and leaks, but there is some slightly concrete stuff that's more believable than most. Either way, I do kind of expect the announcement this year. I'm hopeful that it's this year. I think it's definitely going to be the next game instead of another remake. I think it makes sense for it to be 9 next, and then followed by whatever remake is next. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say the 5 is next, but I could be wrong. But yeah, as always, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you want to see from RE9. Do you think it's going to be revealed this year with the release of next year? What do you want to see from the game? Is there anything from the past games you do want to see kind of covered in RE9 or kind of resolved in RE9? And yeah, do let me know. But yeah, thank you for coming by. Remember to leave a like on the video if you did enjoy, and subscribe for more new Resident Evil content. I'll try and post as frequently as possible. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one.